There are a lot of decks that get boosts because of the red and blue structure decks that just came out, but I think the biggest boost goes to this Agubond deck, who is now super playable and tier 1 for sure. Let's talk about it. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to talk about my Agubond deck profile today. This deck is taking names and isn't undefeated, but it is taking a lot of matches on Agubond and Gallantmon and security control. Security control is like free for this deck, not gonna lie. So if you hate security control, pick up this deck. I'm going to go over the deck list, what I'm using, and why this deck is actually just really freaking good this format. And don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe to the notification bell on the Smash Potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos come out. And don't forget that this week, and probably a lot of weeks going forward, if you're watching this later, we're having our Digimon Circuit Tournament Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern. And if you guys are interested in joining, go ahead and join the Discord because all the information is there. And it'll be live streamed on Twitch, so follow me there to watch it. Without further ado, let's get going. So we always start with the babies, and the babies this time are 4 Koromon. This is the Koromon that reads, once per turn when your card with Greymon and name attacks, you draw a card. The reason this is in here is because the deck does need some level of deck thinning. It really doesn't have that many cards that do that, not like blue does. So having this on top of a Greymon that can potentially survive a swing in this format is really powerful, and you're just drawing free cards for it. So 4 of this. The other egg you could play is Digimon for the plus 1000 attacking a player, but that 1000 in my opinion is unnecessary, and I'd rather have the deck thinning. But yeah, just 4 babies because the game will be over before you need a 5th one. So there you go. Time for rookies. We're going to start here with 4 Agumon from BT6. This Agumon says that once per turn, when you play a tamer with tie, you gain a memory, which is cool, but it's really here for the inheritable. While your Agumon is an Agumon Bond of Bravery, it will check for an additional security when attacking, which is really freaking good. So we're going to talk about how scary that is in a moment, but this is like the main rookie you want underneath your Agubond. Now, for what I think is actually the best rookie in the deck, no clap, is this Agumon from BT1. On play, real top 5 cards, add tamer to your hand. Because red doesn't have so much deck thinning, cards like this are incredible because it allows you to get to your tamers you need to pull off the combo. So this Agumon is actually insane. I think you need to play 4 of this in this deck. So definitely make sure you have your copies of it and try it out, because if you don't, it's a problem. Also, it does come with a really nice full art rarity back from like the BT1 dash packs or something. That's pretty cool. Next, we play 4 of the new Agumon from the new starter deck, the Gallantmon one. It's just there for the inheritable. When it attacks a player, it gets plus 2000 DP for the turn. It's technically better than starter deck 1 Agumon because you're usually always attacking players like 9 times out of 10, and you're normally getting that extra 2000 as opposed to the Agumon, which gives you plus 1000. Now, I am seeing some people still playing the original starter deck Agumon at some number in this deck, like maybe 2 or something, and that's okay too. But I just want to see this one as often as possible because it's the other, like, you know, one you want for your Agubond, other inheritable you want. So I think 4 of it's fine. Next, we play 2 of the promo Agumon. The one that says, while it's a Greymon, gain 2000 DP. You try to combo this one with your Greymon cards in hand. Like, if you evolve into this rookie to start, you will evolve Greymon on top of it, just for the free 2000. And that's just there. It's technically less good than this one, which is why we're only playing 2 of it. But again, I'd rather have this one than the regular Agumon from the starter deck originally. And finally, we're playing 2 Agumon Expert. On play, add a card with Agumon from your trash to your hand. And by the way, this is an Agumon card. Okay, yeah, really good. What's really interesting about the card is it can't turn into Agubond, unfortunately, which I'm only playing 2. But cards like this add back your Agumons. Cards like this, you can also infinitely recycle your 2 copies of it, which is really good against control matchups like Musketeers or Security Control. So having 2 of it's fine. I've considered bumping it up to 3, but 2 honestly is fine. You see it enough, and it's just okay. 2 is fine. When this is your only rookie, and you have an Agubond in hand with the Tamer, and you can't evolve into it, it does feel really bad. So that's it. 16 rookies, more than enough for the deck. If you're not really drawing anything else, you can play Agumon Rookie Rush pretty easily with the deck. And I think that's good. So yeah, those are my rookies. Next up, champions here. So we're playing 4 Goonimon because it's the red Lobomon. Usually what you'll do is you'll just go really, really aggressive, burn all their security, and then a Goonie for game. Same as blue, technically. Really good card. Next up, we're playing 4 of the promo Greymon. While it has Agumon underneath it, security +1. So, you know, if you're attacking with this, either with the promo Agumon or the Agumon from the Gallantmon starter deck, it's a 7,000 guy that's swinging for a security +1 with a Koromon egg, drawing a card. That's actually really strong, so we play 4 of it for that reason. If it gets the extra security damage off, it's poggers. Next, we're playing 4 Geogreymon from the Gallantmon structure deck. This is a security Digimon, so at the end of the battle, it plays it, and on play, it deletes something with 4,000 DP or less. So it does pop things, it is really cool, comes in handy sometimes being a Greymon more than anything else. I'm not the biggest fan of this card personally, I think I can cut it down, but not gonna lie, just bringing this out of security sometimes can allow you to get the magic number for game. So I think 4 of it is respectable. The last 2 champions are a personal tech of mine that I love in this deck. This Greymon from BT5. This card usually costs 2 to evolve, but if you evolve it on top of an Agumon, not an expert unfortunately, but an Agumon, you gain a memory. So effectively it's a 1 cost Greymon, which this deck doesn't have. Also, that's it. So having the choke is really cool. There's another combo we're going to talk about in a little bit with this card, but this card is super good, costing 1 to evolve, and something else as we'll talk about in a bit. But this card really helps choke your opponent in the early game, or even in the late game, and that's really freaking strong. I almost want to play more copies of this card because of how impactful that memory is. But yeah, that's it. 14 champions, which is pretty good, and they're all like Greymons, and except for the Unimons here, so that's pretty good. You're getting a lot of draws off of your Koromon egg, which is really good, and they're really aggressive cards, and this is really cheap, so yeah, good champions. Then we get to the main boss monster, the 4 Agubond here, Bob, as he's affectionately referred to as.
Doing the tail, you're supposed to do the foot.
No, you said Bob do the tail. I know, because I remember thinking, you can't tell me what to do. Teddy.
That's funny.
What Bob does is when attacking, if you have a Tamer in play, which you will, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 13,000 DP or less, which is really strong. And then, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, you trash the top card of their security stack. So not only does it burn away a card for free out of their security, but it deletes something, which is very strong. This is why I kind of said that the security control mascot and musketeers are kind of free matchups. Like if you play against security control with this deck, it's like, oh cool, I got a buy. That's really nice. Because cards like this just burn their security for nothing. Cards like this give you infinite fodder. And then you just kill them with the Goonimons because they can't interact with your Tamers unless they evolve and resort defeat. So this deck, very strong matchup against security control muskets because of this card and the experts. And this is just a good boss monster at burning away security, just doing extra damage. It's super aggressive, and that's the main gimmick behind the deck. And that's honestly why it's tier 1. So really good card. Tamers, we're playing 4 of the tie. That is essentially the mat for Agubond. When you promote an Agumon or Greymon card, you get to gain memory and draw a card. And that does work with Agumon Expert too, which is cool. And then once per turn, you can evolve any Agumon except Expert into an Agubond for 3, but then it dies at the end of the turn if you have your if you don't have 0 security. And yes, you have to trash 2 security to do it, just like Agubond here. But it's quite a trade-off. You're doing more damage than you're burning, and you're killing things. So, good card. Other Tamer we're playing are 3 Marcus Daemon. When you attack with it, with a Greymon card, you gain a memory. And then it's also your memory Tamer that keeps you at 3 every turn, which is very, very cool. Now, the combo I told you about, if you evolve a Greymon, it costs 1, right? And then if you attack with it, with Marcus, you get the memory back. So, essentially, this Greymon is free, and you're drawing an extra card, thanks to Koromon. It's a cute little wombo combo for sure. I really love it. And yeah, 3 Marcus is more than enough. 4 is completely unnecessary. Options. We're playing 4 Gaia Force, and we're playing 4 Atomic Blaster. Atomic Blaster being the new one from the structure deck. You choose any number of your opponent's Digimon whose total DP adds up to 8,000 or less, and delete them. And it costs 5. Also activates the security for free. And we all know Gaia Force does. This deck is just raw destructive power. It burns away securities, and it burns away your opponent's Digimon. And that's what the deck is all about. Hopefully these are in your security as much as possible. But besides that, these are incredible. I love having 8 copies. The final option is 1 red memory boost. We're only actually playing 1, and I've thought about bumping it up to 2. That's still in consideration. I don't know what I've cut for a second one, but this is the red memory boost where you reveal top 4 cards of your deck, add a red Digimon card to your hand, the rest go to the bottom, and then it has delay, get rid of it to gain 2 memory. So this does essentially let you play Gravity Crush, kind of, without the negative repercussion. Red memory boost is a very strong card. Like I said, you can probably play 2 of it. I don't know what I would cut for a second one, but 1 is fine. The memory isn't super impactful as long as you do have Marcus on the field and maybe a tie, so it's not a huge deal per se. It plays differently than blue for sure, but having the 1 memory boost for just an extra Goonie for game maybe or something like that is really powerful. And that's it for the deck. Let's close out. That's it, guys. That's Agubond. This deck is really fun, I must say. Like, it's a little more bricky than Gallantmon, and I think that's its only major weakness, but besides that, the deck is super good. I'm actually, like, super impressed by how the deck performs. I really undervalued it at the start of the format, but playing it has made me realize this deck is a powerhouse, and this deck can definitely take tournaments. Without further ado, though, we gotta call the video an end here. What do you guys think about the deck? Leave me know in the comment section below. Do you play similar cards to this? Do you play other completely different decks? Let me know. We're out here. Bye.